Dari kecil front camera dikit lejum tuh ni. Back camera dari jalan di berang semua ane bejo kowe na. Uma dikit nam curi kem zota kisan. Can't feel my ears but beautiful bridges in Timpuna, especially Cantimpur Bridge. Terus kalau jaya tas light juga be. Walk na window sila be. Jadi anzum yasin na. Jani tu jamin compared to Galifla ni won't be able to walk pe na. It's quite cold. It's really cold. Though I feel it's chunga. Na doa pouco chuva do sun. How side the skin is so peel off Joe and maybe because of the weather. Quite dry feel for me. It was charming. I grew up in this area in Bana. There's this Bhutanese house though. Where I spent like majority of my life. So I grew up around this area and so there's lots of memories. I mean, let's just spend like the first 19 or 18 years of my life in this area. Shimeship Maria Nala Didimba. Just lots of memories and I will be nostalgic for me. But people just think that people pastures to Jason. But apparently religious aesthetic and people pass get labi to the service. They are in Nalifata in church school Libana, Chiminosa primary school, Silapiana Pata. School at the class people 16 and Tatina. So now it's very different in comparing walk to Galifu, the pleasant pero evening happy game you walk to be. Now did it do jammy. But despite that, I should to do that again. Weather is like nice. Of course, it's a little bit windy. But apart from that, it's okay. We do weather. You feel like walking in Yomo, because we only walk alone in Yam so many 11 Joe will me help you in Tapa. If I don't walk it's going to be really bad for my health. So I'm windy, so physical activity. Did I not some little bit the lobby? Nimchi and computer no one know. You're just sitting and typing away in what that's no form of exercise. So I'm really so evening time as far as if my mental health is okay watching the I come out but I have to living with anxiety. So every day the project brings me so what will be my anxiety level, whether I'll be more anxious or no level, and that depends on my work schedule and depends on I didn't feel much anxious, so I didn't see that I thought of it. Tashana, and you really know one bit of Kamchi. I think it's quite pleasant, and that's Sabji Bazaar area in Bay, and such like farmers market, CFC. Lumato, so on the Kidia, they record the Major Mashe, but we walk and just like a part in the little Wombana. This is a viewing deck. Usually, and some was overall, I think, down. Then put any didn't home back. So much of the camera. And the show got out of them. And I captive to be a lump to the chop of it. They are just on the question. And the show. Dari kecil front camera dikit lejum tu macam ni, back camera lejum cuma tu. Kalau 45 inches juga, the chile juga, I think. Alam cili sih sama foto sih. Mana parrot and 360 view tasha. Low love conscious uni member ngai di low love ngara ani camera ta to us conscious you miss ani jojo vedati tering again ni word this jumble up me dilari I guess it's told them del kachila no masheva ngana ngara I could feel my tongue getting twisted and say low love and baby, so I have to be really an self ani no so many aware self awareness na because now sir ani chi jagosum do I mean, and I just have to pretend that I'm talking to a friend. The main street na main street na photo shoot zeres la videos gudinga and the cold bay and weather breathe baby swim da. Yeah, that shows that I don't live a very active lifestyle. I think walk is the only physical activity that I do. So I mean, pretty much in the 1 week na maybe Sasung Deji try with the way if not be watching the I wish to and go for a walk for all the 7 days, but Jessica Pani Tashila was my anxious feel bay and been the so Jomi Silva. So after Gari Halamchi on the must look quite weird one a phone bar no lap page or the Gardis no ya Gachi very sunny media love. Joy. Here was any area in Hipchibata. Nobody Kashmir machine. It was supposed to be winter, but nobody will maybe continue spirit. Why they just I don't know. Should have to windy me on the winter now. But there's a windy too. That is also the very cold wind in Dona Ri and that don't nam jo mesa. No my tasha na ngaicha. Try David the weather is the Lumadiki and Bejo ngaicha. Lumadiki. Mashiki at any because of capture based on the Hisasa on the Monday, but Lumadi to all sis on the Lumadi. Talam Juira Hipchimiana. Look to Zampana. Almost like 5 Jojo time version that Lam Zoju Zampanana. Ah, talk to you. Hi. Yes, damage me to the Talam Jojo Lung Zampachime, Lung Zampanani. Shime Shatarani Bridge Cross Chabi Matalani. All Hajuni Lamnari Jumba Mani. Express Pinali. Tariff version the other way to Jogobe. Tamasonova. Shinam so have been Patali Jumba, Ula since. But since it's not like dark, so I'm been the river Nagi site Nagi site off from the bridge from here. And I live with Calibet Kimauli with Hinonio. Jali to give me so Jali. Niloy in Nilong, I share my afternoon decision. He partly get 80 laptisa. Yeah, the Nilo in Islam. I share my city. But nobody, I don't know. Just maybe because of the weather in Mopera, it reflects on my mental state. You know that I feel that the let me share any days just another Joshua for me. Reaching up data me share me. Maybe a week back. I know it's yellow that is Saturday emo. No, we did is a Tama last evening is in a calendar chapter. It was Thursday after. As we asked me my mental health. I don't know. Kachilam the state is quite weird. Sometimes I don't know. Lakadu even a Garida one day. Chonata with them with the Sigi. They must be wondering Kachi. Despite the cold, I see I need to walk the pleasant do. Of course, I mean you have to ignore the cold in river. The cold, chilly windy. No be watching the walk is going nice. And decidedly walking much over Halam Chias. I don't know. I'm coming taking this route after maybe 2.5 months. It should take better. One route, like inconsistent walk be any better. They were like group of all this on the group of the video of Chakute. I don't know, I'm still not getting used to this idea that like I can vlog, run the baby and camera dong tin ani beta ni chi onda ani beta it's weird feel for me sa aldi so jo pancha sai yani area side na li judo ba ta to be chin na this is an Bhutan Olympic committee ground ni me na so anale vi judo da ta street light on cham so ta mashi de within span of like maybe 15-20 minutes na me so do da to ani guess jo be Dari jan di berang masih an bi jo be na rumah di nam churi kem zo ta isa na can't feel my ears but when toes jam me antash so but rumah di it's getting worse as it's almost no me na as me onde dari rumah ya la os jam me onto area changzong to area bi ana changzong to area ni chi walk bi be ra da Again, walk. Usually, I do it for my mental health, more than physical health. Version. The mental health side of it, I have any, I have anxiety. So my anxiety now actually, it's a social anxiety, but especially in terms of any social gathering, or like any situation or something where I have to socially and be time. I just shut down, when anxiety to anxious to. Panic attack too, and it's not that it happens all the time, but I think like it happened occasionally, but anytime it happened I always shut down, that's why I have very tough time socializing, I think it comes with lots of baggage, especially any misunderstanding me that like often being labeled as a very difficult person to be around, I need to. So people has like set it on my face as well that I'm a very difficult person to be around. So that, like without realizing that it's part of, I think my mental health issues, mental issues. So, but people do not realize that. But yeah, at the same time, I did find few people, a very few handful of people, who were like kind enough, who understood. And like never thought of me as this problematic person who cannot socialize low and he come to low top do low balaba the legend be me halam chi life na society it's always easier to judge a person without realizing what he or she or they might be going through. See, in my case, it happened to me on so many multiple occasions where people thought that, oh, I need to come do at sea. So I feel that without realizing that, like most of the time, if I'm being this awkward, silent, and kind of reserved person in social setting, it's because of my mental health, the anxiety that I'm experiencing in the social circle. Sorry, of course, I mean, mental health, especially the conversation around mental health, and it's like it's very initial stage in our country, so can't expect much as well. But in most of the cases, it's kind of, kind of breaks your self-confidence, and in a way, it's very difficult to love yourself, or like if not like judge yourself on what other people's perception about you. That's a famous Changi Park. I'm in much better headspace right now. Because I was like so socially anxious that something bad might happen. Something bad, I don't know exactly bad happening, but there's something, a fear inside me who says that something bad will happen to you. Like handsome no sata chimchiga the maso restaurant phal jo khashingara chamchi to this is maso and restaurant phal jo one amazing few day like any bindigi. But now yeah, it's a little bit better. I'm managing well, but at the same time it's one day at a time. It's not that like I've cured everything, no, but it's one day at a time. I mean, there are certain days like you feel like today, top of the world, that you can do whatever you want without having to go through social anxiety. And there are other times that like you're so, I'm so anxious to the point that like you just shut down. So I need to come in, yeah. Maybe going through that phases and stages does make me a very difficult person to be around. In a way, it does affect you and about in a way it does affect you and self-confidence setting, where you feel that like whatever you do is not never good enough. So low self-esteem issue, where I feel that whatever I made, whatever I do is never good enough, and like it's not work this religion maybe it's like standard is maintained maybe it's like any self-critical job but me la regime go on long yeah why today I think like just like last time today you made a good short films la bachini masim example no by the back of my head I'll think that why this person is praising me it's like I'm pretty sure that like lab me I see bad work to baby me some more bad quality and come out to also me and movie and the more I'll DJ with love in days and so this is anime that is also like that's also like what you go through. I mean like especially when you're anxious by watching the it's very difficult to have positive thought in way so I'm building almost nam so de nam so de jogo nam so dan I think there's no cure, no, and this is a minupatani. At the end of the day, everything is in your mind, remember? And you have to find ways to cope up in various ways to be which. And again, something that I do in order to cope up is like I usually try to listen to music in walk be and better and music at a very upbeat music that will give me some adrenaline rush in so that I don't let my mind wander towards that anxious part where like I'm summing any social any anxious part if I let that my social and anxiety when be watching lam jodit banait काम के stop work पे me lam jodit banara mo nervous thing be काम के thobing I bother ni chara sun bening I have some tricks or like hacks that I have more like any in order to at least try to any manage it, to control the management. So yeah. I believe that any root cause here, I think because just being a queer child, young lady was very and feminine bindigi, so I used to get bullied quite a lot for school time. So I'm bindigi after fact of any slow me whole school maybe like class work pass out I was bullied quite a lot. I was called names and in some cases of physical harassment and behavior and bindigi. So and I have displayed a side of and that sign of any social anxiety I never used to walk and me salam na mape job chingan pale jorura chutambali ma river ki bank na li theme jomba the forest is na is the any because the idea of meeting people on the way used to scare me so much sun being so I feel Himalaya do they know but later I think due to some trigger when especially I think I was working with the community and benefit time trigger home bit hani kira moms what anuba unmanageable. So almost like 2, 3, 4 years where I let go of my physical health. Of course my mental health was already down the drain. I stopped taking care of myself. Sunny baby halam today me. So So that's what I'm saying, that right now I'm in a far better space, but I feel that still it's quite difficult to live with the anxiety. I mean, you have to plan everything, your schedule, everything according to your anxiety, remember? Not the other way around. You to preface, remember? I believe that it's high time that we have to talk about our mental health. Remember, mental health is something that people do not talk about. We have started as a society, we have started to give mental health importance, remember, the importance it deserves. It's high time to talk about, remember, that we feel that, oh, if I talk about my mental health, if the society might consider me as a weak person, not even able to manage my own mental health pains. But how to normalize anything, talk around taking care of yourself, especially your mental health. If you're also quite ashamed to talk about our mental health issues, remember? So at one step at a time, we really have to start, remember? So from here I'll be going down. So Nali Mata Juve, helipad ki wina juroda. Light nam sa mini diki da resume thombe nani. Changjiji Bridge safe chena, Changjiji Bridge. Oh, I'm to Lamjoro step on Jim from 10,000 steps on 10,000 steps on Chimmy. Hello. I'm touch come to cut out from my bridge. Chitam come to cut out from my Natash Chachi Chibe. It is one of the most beautiful bridges in Timpuna, especially Cantilever Bridge. Come to Jaitas and Light Chica Bay. Prayer flags is such a good such conjai. Like this is plenty of light open. This is managed by Desopendiviro. Clean Beduro Kato. One of the most well maintained park in the country. The gate of Changin Park gate in Metashan. Gate or Jashi does a light up and baby. Yeah, after that we're walking. Over Jandi, yeah, almost on the hip, maybe another 10 to 15 minutes to walk way and we're on the hip. Very blocky. I'm just to give me Kevin Lucian bending live to be the machine bending women.